Wow, hello guys. It's always a privilege to be in your space. Thank you so much for inviting me. It's our 12th day in our 30-day journey of looking at 30 tips to start your year the right way. Today, we will be looking at yet another very solid tip that will work for all who choose to engage with it. It's our day 12. And the tip for today is talking about identifying or itemizing your empowering beliefs. Yesterday we majored so much on limiting beliefs. So on the flip side of limiting beliefs are empowering beliefs. The reason why it looks like some persons are thriving within the same circle, within the same environment where others seems to be struggling is their belief. Is their belief. So why some major so much on their limiting belief, others beyond the environment, beyond what they can see, seems to emphasize their empowering belief. So we're going to be diving deep into what empowering beliefs are and how they are shaping the course of your activities and determining the positive feedbacks, which is by reason of the results you're getting in your life. Truth is, the results we have in our life are actually feedbacks that tells us about the dominant beliefs in our life. If the beliefs in your life are limiting, you're going to find yourself struggling over a lot of things. But if the beliefs in your life are empowering, you're going to begin to see things happening in your life that negates the dominant situation in your environment. That's where people begin to say, wow, is this guy not in the same environment with us? How come things are happening so well with this guy? So we're going to be looking at how that works today. But before we go, like we always do, I will appreciate if you can subscribe to this YouTube channel. This YouTube channel has a lot in store for you. Subscribe, you will appreciate staying here. The things we share here will never be things you will say, wow, what a waste of my time. No, no, no. It's never like that. You're going to always get something to pick here that will add value to your life. Yesterday we did this session on the Celiton Masterclass. It was an awesome session. And as we speak, the replay is currently available. Just follow the link as you can see on the screen to order for the replay. You will get exactly the same value with those who were on ground. Then secondly, we're majoring now. Our next agenda is going to be how we can support people who want to apply for the Tony Elumelu Foundation program. So we also put something in place to be able to work with such people. As you can see on your screen, pause the video, take the link, follow that link, join the group that we have created, where we are going to give group support. But beyond that, when you come on that group and you need a one-on-one engagement, there's also an opportunity for that. We'll talk about it when you come in. Then before we hit the ground running, we're also looking at our products that we have on ground that can change your life. These three books are already making impact. They're already making impact across borders. That's one sweet thing I like to tell everybody. They're making impact across borders. People are buying this book from the United States of America. People are buying it from the UK. People are buying it from other African countries. So do your best, be a part of it. Don't waste all of your energy for years to test whether that idea will work or it will not work. Limit your chances of failure, reduce your chances of failure by spending just 3,000 Nigerian naira, $8, £5 to get any of these first two books that will position you to be able to source funding for your book. Then finally, we have what we call the Trescaro tribe. I call them the group of millionaires. They are people that think differently, act differently, and get results differently from the same environment that looks daunting to every other person. I believe if you come into this group, your own situation and circumstances begins to change because things change when our mind changes. Things begin to change when our thinking pattern begins to change. So that's part of what we do there. Then you're going to find out that earning a million is not as difficult as you think it is. It's not as difficult as you have been made to believe that it is. So today's tip is itemize your empowering beliefs. Just as we emphasized yesterday, you can't hide from the fact. You can't delude yourself by saying that I don't have limiting beliefs. You do. You do. The reason you know that you have some limiting beliefs is the fact that you are not yet the best that you can be. There are a lot locked up within you that you are not exploring. Part of the reason why you're not exploring those things are your belief system. But outside of that, on the flip side, on the other side of the coin, there are also empowering beliefs that we want to draw attention to. That if these things are not dominant in your mind, you will begin to want to look at and see, okay, just the same way limiting belief limits you, empowering beliefs empowers you. So let's look at what empowering beliefs are. They are the opposite of limiting beliefs, obviously. They empower you, they broaden your views and perspective of life. And the truth is, like I always say, you can never experience a world that you cannot see. So empowering beliefs help you to envision the world broader than your physical eyes can see. It helps you to envision every activity that happens in your life from a totally different perspective. And when your perspective changes, results begins to change. Empowering belief make you see positivity in almost every situation. There are people that talk, the way they talk, you almost conclude, is it that this guy is not experiencing what we are experiencing? Is it that this guy is not seeing what we are seeing? Why does it look like this guy is always positive? That's a mindset. That's a mindset. And if you have any of such people around you, check their life. Positive things are always happening. So that tells you a lot happens because of our belief system. A lot happens because of our belief system. Just like every other belief, they start and grow from the environment we were born in, the environment we grow in, or the environment we relocate to. It's one thing to be in an environment, it's another thing to allow the environment to influence you. It's possible to be in the midst of very wealthy people, people who are making tremendous impact and making tremendous value available, and yet very cynical. But when you are in an environment and you come into that environment with the perspective of learning, you can easily attract that environment to become your reality. Just as it will be advisable to deliberately distance yourself from a negative environment mentally, that's how it is advisable that even if you find yourself in a very positive environment, deliberately connect. Because one of the things I found out is that negative things happens by themselves. Negative things like limiting beliefs attach itself to us without our permission. But empowering beliefs and positive things requires our permission to be able to attract them. That's the dicey nature of things. If you leave things without a touch, decay will set in by itself. But if you want anything to grow and become better, you have to be deliberate about pruning and protecting and doing everything and watering. So that is how life is. Limiting beliefs will creep in naturally without you doing anything about it. As long as you just sit down in an environment that's limiting, it creeps in. But if you stay in a positive environment, you have to be deliberate about assimilating the dominant belief in that environment before it works for you. So for empowering beliefs, you have to be deliberate to acquire them. If you grow up in an environment laden with limiting beliefs, you may have to deliberately retain yourself to acquire, you have to deliberately retrain yourself to acquire empowering beliefs. That's where your affirmations come in. That's where you must deliberately affirm yourself. You must deliberately talk to yourself. You must deliberately tell yourself the things you want to see. You know, some of us have become so accustomed to negative things that it is easier for us to use words like, I don't like that. I don't want that. I don't want that. So for every environment we find ourselves, the first thing we talk about are the things we don't like in the environment. It's become natural. You've been programmed by your environment to see things that are not working. And that is a negative disposition to life. But it takes a deliberate training for you to enter into an environment and begin to look at the positive things. For those of us who are spiritually inclined, that's what we talk about is prophetic nature of things. When you see things beyond what it looks like, you know, like God will not address us with what he sees. God does not address us with what he sees. God addresses us with what he created us to be. That's seeing things from the prophetic eyes. So we're going to be looking at some of the common empowering beliefs. And I chose to just focus all of the empowering beliefs we'll be looking at today on empowering beliefs about money and about yourself. It's going to be going pari passu about money and about yourself. Because what you feel about yourself, to a very reasonable extent, determines how much you attract money. This is my number one first belief about myself and money. I am a son of God. He supplies my needs. I am a son of God. He supplies my needs. So when there is a need that seems to challenge my pocket, I measure it with the capacity of God, my Father, because I know that the responsible Father is out there to provide the need of his children. So if I see myself as a son of God, and to take it deeper, I'm an ambassador representing the kingdom of God. One of the things I know is that an ambassador of a country is not affected by the economy of the country where he's representing his country. The economy of his own country determines his lifestyle. So this is my disposition about myself and about money. I am a son of God, and God supplies my needs. The second empowering belief that we must have is that money serves me. Money serves me. Don't look at money as something that you must work hard, struggle, and suffer to get. You know, we talked about the fact that when they talk about work hard to earn money, it's a limiting belief in itself. As good as working hard and working diligently is, but don't attach money to anything that has to do with suffering and struggling. No, it doesn't fall within that category. You know, if you want to learn more about what we talked about that yesterday, what we talked about that, please go back to yesterday's tip and look at it. You know, money serves me. Another empowering belief is that money follows knowledge, and I am knowledgeable. Money follows knowledge, and I am knowledgeable. Remember, we started talking about this when we started to talk about envisioning the world as a marketplace. So money follows knowledge, and I am knowledgeable. Never tell yourself, I don't know enough. The little you know can be converted to money. Another is, I have what it takes to attract money. I have what it takes to attract money. And the three things it takes to attract money is time, energy, and intellect. There is hardly anybody who doesn't have at least two or the three of these. So I remember listening to somebody who talked about how he got accidented and he was hospitalized. While he was still in the hospital bed, he could still push out some things. And he still was earning money while he was still in the hospital bed. His energy was depleted, but he still has time and intellect. So never see money as one big thing, because the truth is the way you place it, that's how it will be for you. That's why we're talking about belief. I have what it takes to attract money. I have time, I have energy, I have intellect. So I can attract money. My gift solves a vital problem for humanity. I have a gift that solves a vital problem for humanity. So I am entitled to wealth. Tell yourself that every day my gift solves a vital problem for humanity. So I am entitled to money. I am the rich. Hence, I attract money and material things. You are not rich because you have money. You have money because you are rich. One is a nature, while the other is the possession. You must first see yourself as the rich, see yourself as the wealthy. You have to first be positioned before you possess. There's positioning before possessing. I am the rich. Hence, I attract money and material things. I am an ambassador of God. I am supplied by my kingdom. I talked about this earlier on. I am an ambassador of God and I am supplied by my kingdom. Imagine someone facing life with this mentality and mindsets. Sometimes it's going to first look like you're lying to yourself. Really? You ain't lying to yourself. You just reaffirming your truth about you that environment have suppressed. And in reality, that is the truth about you. I have a good relationship with money. I have a good relationship with money. Money is looking for me. You know, money is a tenant. Money is never a landlord. It's a tenant, always looking for accommodation. That's why it's moving from one bank account to the other. If you have a good relationship with money, money comes to spend more time with you. That's why it is called currency. It's always flowing. It's always flowing. Like my colleague shared yesterday in our session, he said every money you need and will ever need is currently in the pocket of somebody else. You just have to be able to put a product in their hands better than whatever they are used to for them to release that money to you. It was one of the things that was deeply shared yesterday during the Celiton session. There, money in my hand makes the world a better place. You know, money in itself doesn't have character. Money demonstrates the character of the possessor. So, money in my hand makes the world a better place. If you face life with this mentality and disposition, you will attract money. You will see how that you need money because God in Himself wants the world to continuously be a better place. That's why He's giving us ideas and giving us creativity to do things differently and make life better for people. So when it is proven that money in your hands empowers and don't destroy lives, of course, you are on your way. So belief system matters a lot. Money in my hands saves lives. Money in my hands saves lives. Finally, money loves me. Money loves me. I don't love money. I use money. I don't love money. I use money for what it can do. The money loves me. That's why money comes to me. Wow, I'm sure if you take your time to ruminate over these thoughts and begin to get them to dominate your life, you're going to see that the feedbacks you will get, which is the results of your life, will demonstrate that something new is already happening. So before we wrap up today's session, I always give us action points. So the action points for today are: list your beliefs, your empowering belief about money. List them out. Don't assume you already know them. Like I shared yesterday, the greatest display of your belief is the result you are already having in your life. List your empowering belief about money. List your empowering belief about money. List them out. List your empowering beliefs about yourself. I just shared some with you. Those are basically more of my belief about money, about myself. List your empowering belief, positive things about your country. You know, this has to be deliberately done, especially for those of us in Nigeria who look at what is not working, and what is not working seems to have so dominated our hearts that we can't see what is working anymore. Do your best, crack your brain, come up with positive things about your country. List your empowering belief about people. Generally, there's a perception we all have about people. People will grow up or come down to become your perception of them. So list your empowering beliefs about people. Then list out positive things about your present team. Whatever you give attention to magnifies. Whatever you give attention to will magnify. List out these things and keep speaking them to yourself, especially about your country. Because one of the things that I've come to realize is that anything you term bad cannot produce good for you. Whatsoever you term bad cannot produce good for you. So I'll be leaving us here, but before I do that, I'll appeal that you go get these 3 books. They will influence your life tremendously. They will turn your business around. They will be part of your testimonies for 2021. Then join the Trescaro tribe. Think like we are thinking so you can get results like we are getting. Go get the replay of the Sell a Ton Masterclass. It will influence all of your revenue inflow in 2021 because whatever you can't sell doesn't get sold. Whatever you don't, sometimes before I lay my head to sleep, I just pick my phone and do a few broadcasts here and there about my products and my services. I wake up in the morning and I see new orders. I didn't see money in my account. You must keep selling. And some of the strategies we shared yesterday will blow your mind. It will blow your mind. They are not commonly found. In fact, I shared a particular strategy and they all opened their eyes. I said, yes, as easy as that looks, it cost me 200,000 to just hear that line. And it's already working for me. It's causing my products and my services to sell. So get into that place where new knowledge will begin to create new experiences for you. It is very important. And before you go, please subscribe to our YouTube channel and enable the bell. Thank you for spending this time with us. It's always a pleasure to be in your space. I appreciate you and I say have a lovely day and I remain Osai